And in order to do that, you have to stop women from voting. And the way that you stop women from voting is that you tell them they have to have 2 forms of ID.
Hello, my friends, and welcome to another episode of The Dave Show. I hope you enjoy it. I'm glad you're here. Let's jump right into it. All right, my friends, buckle up. You're about to enter the Lib Zone.
I am a woman, and I use the woman's restroom, and there ain't a damn thing you or Trump or your Republican parties going to do about it.
Well, my man, I hate to break it to you, but you're a dude.
You may have filmed some of this interaction with the mayor. No? Because if you do, that would be really handy for us. But apparently during some conversations between yourself, apparently you have alleged, we weren't here, so I don't know you said it, but you've alleged to say, speak English, or words to that effect?
Speak clearly.
Speak clearly.
No,
Okay.
the gentleman's partially deaf.
Yeah, he can speak clearly.
Yeah.
So I couldn't even hear him.
No, and that's fine, and that's why we've just come to speak, because potentially someone could perceive that as a hate crime.
Did we just know this was going to happen? Didn't we?
People, you know, if someone says to me, officer, I believe this, then we need to look at it, because someone's potentially reporting to me a big crime.
So now, apparently, in England, if you ask somebody to speak English, it's a hate crime? What is going on, England? Wow. Wow.
And let me make something absolutely clear, unless it wasn't already.
Okay.
If you voted for Trump,
Yeah?
you are not allowed in Mexico. You are not allowed in Cabos,
What?
Cancun,
What?
Puerto Vallarta,
What?
Aguascalientes.
Why?
None of that. Guess what, baby? That's all in Mexico. You don't like us, we don't like you, don't go there.
Okay.
Stay in your country. Figure it out. Vacation,
Okay.
I don't know, maybe Nebraska perhaps.
Okay.
One of the red states that you love so much. Stay there. Don't have
okay.
margaritas, don't have tequila, no tacos, no
Right.
enchiladas, none of that for you.
Right. That makes sense.
Stick to what you know. Maybe a burger, perhaps. No
Okay.
cheese.
Okay, so by that same logic, if you voted for Kamala, then you can't have any cheeseburgers, you can't have any ribs, you can't have any fries, you can't have any American food whatsoever. And quite frankly, I'm not sure what you're doing here in America, because you should probably be back in Mexico. So not sure where you're coming from. That your logic is completely flawed.
You don't think Republicans care about black people?
Oh yeah, they they hate them. They hate them. They love using them as a cudgel.
What would you say to black Republicans?
What?
That they're dumb. They're like the Jewish Nazis that existed back in the day.
What the hell did you just say?
They're like gay Republicans. They're like
What?
You
trans.
think Ben Carson, the doctor, is dumb?
Yeah.
What?
If you've ever seen the movie Django, you have your house. Let's call them slaves. You have your house slaves, and you got your field slaves.
Oh my gosh.
And they pit the two groups against each other. It's very simple. Republicans, or rather, the conservative party in the South, has been using the fear of black people to suppress white people since before slavery existed. And they do it to this day.
What?
Obviously, back in the day, it was the Democrats because they were the Southern racists, and then they party flipped in the 80s, blah, blah, blah.
What do you think about biological men competing in women's sports?
I don't give a fuck.
Oh yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
How many, how many biological men are competing in sports? Like, I think it's like 20?
No.
Literally 20.
Nope.
This is an example. This is an example of culture war and conservatives using the house slaves versus the field slaves.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Okay, I have no idea what that guy was even talking about. What was that huge, looked like a diaper on his hand? Is he seriously wearing a mask? Oh, come on, man. That is just, you're a buffoon. You're a buffoon. And it's scary that there are people out there on the left that actually think this way. Ay.
We will not be silenced. The silent riot has begun. Join us.
Well, actually, I'm kind of certain you missed the silent riot if you're just posting this. I think you missed the train, my dear.
I made it so I could, so he'll get sick and fucking die. I hate this fucking man. And when I'm watching TikTok, I'll just be doing this the whole time because I'm so pissed off with all the news stories that I got.
Just make insane asylums great again. Jeez.
God, do I hate Donald Trump? And there really is a solution to all of this. It's called impeachment
There
and
is?
removal. It's in the Constitution.
Okay.
The only way we're ever going to get there is if this generation of white men, white conservatives, white Republicans, does the right thing. I mean, it's the perfect kind of irony. It's like a literary, Greek tragedy or whatever. They won't do it because they hate Barack Obama. What? They hate President Obama so much.
What?
They are willing to cut off their nose to spite their face. It's a Greek tragedy that we're living through.
How?
It's well within their power to remove Donald Trump and put him in his place.
Why would we do that?
But they're refusing to do it because they won't let go of their ignorance. They won't let go of their arrogance. They won't let go of their racism. They won't admit that they were wrong. You're wrong, boys. Trump's a monster. He's a moron. He's a disaster. He's going to destroy everything. And if you don't stop him, you're going to reap what you sow, boys.
Yes, we will reap what we sow, and the sowing is going to be glorious. And speaking of not letting things go, I don't know if you know this, but Barack Obama has not been president for a very long time. Why do you keep on bringing up Obama? Give me a break. You're the one that needs to let go, if anybody.
Very good. Thank you so much. No, thank you. I'm not a sir. Nothing like a good misgendering. It is a knife in the gut.
That's true.
When I get called sir. I feel like I need to tell him.
Yeah.
I need to tell him that hurts.
Just do
it. It hurts more
Yeah.
It's not intentional because it means like this is sir to him. I know you didn't mean it, but I'm not a sir. It's okay. I know you didn't mean it. It's just, you know, it hurts. I know when people clock me, it's fine, but like it does kind of hurt.
So he always seems to go out of his way to make it a big deal when he's misgendered. That's like all what his content is. And why did you put your hair down when you brought up the issue with the waiter? Because I don't care if your hair's up or if your hair's down, you're still a dude. There's no getting around that. This is definitely all man, okay? And I don't think anyone's going to have a question when looking at you, whether you're a guy or a gal. It's all dude.
Hi, so the U.S. House just passed the SAVE Act, which will disparage 121 million Americans from being able to vote.
How?
This is not just going to impact the women who have gotten married and have changed their names, and like their names no longer match their birth certificates, or they haven't been able to change over their documents, such as their passport yet. If their ID doesn't match either their birth certificate or their passport, they cannot vote.
Okay, well, we don't have an election for like another year or so, and then we don't have another presidential election for like another 3 years. I'm pretty sure that's enough time to get those documents changed. Just saying.
But it's not just going to impact those people. It's going to obviously impact trans people who are transitioning from one gender to another. It's also going to impact people of color, disabilities, and all of that.
Yeah, there
Why?
it is. Yeah.
Because this bill ends mail-in voter registration and mail-in votes.
Whoop, whoop.
Which,
whoop, whoop.
Let's be honest, because we all know from the last couple of elections since COVID,
that the Democrats have stolen the election. I don't know. Can I say that? I'm not sure if I can say that.
The majority of people who use mail-in voter registration and mail-in ballots are Democrats.
That cheat and steal.
This is a Republican bill to take more power and to suppress Democrats so that Republicans continue winning these elections.
Okay.
So let's just talk about that, number one. Number two,
okay,
it also will harm people with disabilities and people who cannot financially have have access to transportation because
well, if they didn't have access to transportation before the bill, it doesn't matter if they don't have access to transportation after the bill. That's a moot point. That's a totally moot point. You're just gaslighting now.
Because they can't get to the polls, like, physically. If you have a disability and you cannot get to the polls, especially a physical disability,
mm-hmm.
and you can't vote, you can't vote. Your vote's not counted. If you do not have financial availability to get to the polls, like, you can't get there. If you are working too much, you can't do mail-in ballots. This is going to be a really bad bill for the entire country, but specifically Democrats and specifically people of color, people with disabilities, trans people, women, white women who voted for Trump. Where are you at now? Because you're about to lose your fucking vote.
No.
Like, are you kidding me? And there are many, many creators on this app who are more eloquently speaking about this. They can, break down what the SAVE Act is. They know how bad it is. They know, like, what you can do. Right now, you need to call your senator and tell them to vote no, especially if you live in Republican districts, especially if your senator is a Republican. You need to jam the fuck out of their phone lines.
Yeah.
And tell them to vote no. And here's the thing. Tell them that if they don't vote no, you're going to do everything in your power to make sure that they don't get elected next election.
Yeah, okay.
Because that's all they're scared of.
Right.
So
it's not a threat, not even on their radar.
Put down the phone, put down TikTok, call your senator right now.
Yeah, I was actually talking to my wife last night, and I was like, have you ever had an issue with being able to vote after being married? And she's like, no. This is so stupid. She's totally gaslighting. Women will be able to vote. People of color, which is totally racist to say that people of color aren't capable of getting an ID. Give me a break. They already have IDs. Are you kidding me? The gaslighting is just remarkable on the left, and it just keeps on going to new levels. Jeez. All right, let's watch some more insanity from this bill, because apparently it's oppressing women.
Stop the SAVE Act.
Yes. Can you explain? Can you explain to me what the SAVE Act is?
Well, yeah. I mean, if you look things up, and if people would actually do their research.
If you're as educated and enlightened as me, you would totally know what this act is all about.
It is a part of the 2025 agenda that this administration ran on that they denied. But what it amounts to is people really want to. What they really want to do is they want one vote per household. And in order to do that, you have to stop women from voting. And the way that you stop women from voting is that you tell them they have to have two forms of ID.
Oh, well, no.
You have to have two forms of ID, so you have to have a birth certificate.
So it makes it harder.
You have to have a birth certificate, and you have to have a state ID or a driver's license. Well, my last name as a married woman is not going to match. Those items aren't going to match.
I'm sorry, but you do not need to bring a birth certificate when you go vote. I've never had to do that in my life, and neither is my wife. This woman is totally gaslighting you. She has no idea what she's talking about. Give me a break. If you have a driver's license, you're good to go. You're good to go, especially with the real ID they're talking about that's going to be enforced. That's actually going to be enforced, which is a good thing, but all you have to do, if you don't have it, it's like a little gold star, or I think a black star on your driver's license. It's up like in the right-hand corner, I believe. But yeah, I mean, most Americans already have it. And if you don't have it, just go get just go renew your driver's license. It's not a big deal, lady. That's all you need. Okay, you don't need 5 forms of ID to go vote. Jeez.
So my last name on my birth certificate as a married woman is not going to match my driver's license, which means I can be denied the vote.
So how would they be able to fix that problem right there? How would they be able to fix that problem?
Well, they can put wording in there that says that won't matter, but they won't put wording in there. The wording is not there that says that women who are married will be exempt from that match. Okay, it's not in there. Okay. And they keep, and when this is brought up at town halls,
yeah,
they talk over it.
Oh, yeah.
They jump over it. They will not answer it directly.
And why is that?
Well, because they don't want to.
Again, lady, you have no idea what you're talking about. You do not need to have a birth certificate to go vote, okay? And if you don't have that real ID thing with your driver's license, just all you have to do is just go down and get a new license. It's not a big deal.
Here's a fun fact about Democrats. In the House, 208 of them out of 212 said nay to the SAVE Act, which requires proof of citizenship in order to vote. Huh. I wonder why they would vote nay on that. At least 4 of them said yay, and all 216 Republicans said yay.
Good.
Listen, Dems, I know that 21% approval rating really hurts right now, but let's not go stealing elections, okay? Can't tell for once. Just try to win something the right way. Give me a follow here and here on the Book of Faces where I'm not censored. Let me know if this works, by the way. I'm not even sure. See you in the next one. Bye.
Well, no, hold on.
Yeah?
Hold on.
Okay. What are you looking for? What? Oh.
I thought I had a laying around here to give you, but it turns out that I don't.
Oh, that's too bad.
Well.
It's too bad.
Remember,
yeah?
trans women is not gay.
That doesn't make me gay, huh?
Alright, it can't be that bad, can it? Oh, mother... Are you kidding me? For those of you following along at home, this is what we call blatant retribution. Trump is bulldozing our federal government and firing the people that make sure your water is clean, our food is safe, take care of our veterans, send your mom her social security checks. You know, the people we kind of depend on. And the unions representing these workers have been fighting tooth and nail to not just protect them, but to protect us. So what's Trump doing in response? Illegally ending the collective bargaining rights of nearly 1 million federal workers, basically taking away their right to stand up for themselves on the job and negotiate contracts with life-changing wages, benefits, and workplace protections. Why? So President Musk can continue implementing Project 2025 and rob the working class in favor of the 1%. You know what I'm gonna ask you guys to do now, right? Call your reps. We need to keep the heat on Congress. We cannot roll over while Trump and Elon dismantle our federal government. So call them today, call them again tomorrow, and make it clear that the American people stand with federal workers.
Do you think they've gone too far with the woke ideology?
I think the woke ideology just says I care about people. No.
Well, men and women's sports says I care about people?
Yeah, I think it's all about accepting people's differences. And there's the word woke was being...
But you say the word differences. Don't you think men and women have differences?
Of course they do. But we all have the same needs. We need to be heard. We need to be understood. We need social services.
What about the women who say, I want to be understood and I don't want to compete against a man or have to share a locker room with a man? What would you say to them?
Oh, you mean like that 1/100th of 1% of people?
But it does happen.
I think that they'll sort that out.
Does their opinion not matter, the small amount, the minority?
I think that sports people understand what they're doing and they'll sort out what it needs to happen.
Are you a sports person?
No.
But you have an opinion on it.
Not really. I mean, I don't, I'd say like...
So you'd be fine separating the genders then, biologically, by not allowing men in the women's sports or the locker rooms?
I think that they need to sort it out.
Do you think biological men have an advantage to women over sports?
I've met a lot of biological men that even I could take down. So
what?
And how tall are you?
No.
I think I'm under 5 foot.
No.
What are these men you could take down?
Well, there's not a lot, but I probably could take some down. But I'm pretty strong, so I work out.
You want to arm wrestle?
No, I probably couldn't win with you.
Okay. Well.
Definitely not arm wrestle you, unless you gave me a huge.
Couldn't win with anybody.
But, I'm a little old lady and you're a young man, so that's not exactly a fair fight. But get me a little old man. Now we're on. Get me a 70-year-old man who, whatever hasn't worked out. Maybe.
Well, this guy actually right here, our cameraman is 68.
Uh-oh. Yeah, but he looks like he works out. Look at those abs. Look at those guns. Come on.
That lady has no idea what she's talking about. She couldn't even take an 80-year-old man. She's delusional at best. Give me a break. She doesn't know what she's talking about with the sports, and she really shouldn't be giving an opinion. I don't think she would be very comfortable if she was changing in the locker room and some young dude had his schlong hanging out just walking around. I don't think she'd be very comfortable. Let's be honest.
I am Filipino-Japanese, second generation.
Okay. All right.
I'm a disabled trans man.
Okay.
But I'm also a Medicaid patient.
Okay.
I'm also
a
person who uses food stamps.
Oh, okay.
I'm also a person who has been through houselessness in this country.
Okay.
I'm also a person who has gone through substance use and addiction.
Wow.
And most of all, I am a patient of Planned Parenthood.
Wow. That's crazy.
What? I am everything that Donald Trump and Elon Musk want to erase.
And the winner is, for the most use of victim cards, you just watched it. Gosh, she needs to win the gold medal or the Oscar for victimhood. Ah, geez Louise.
How long does each president serve their term?
I really don't know.
Take a guess, around how long?
What?
Like time?
Yeah.
Like time? An hour?
No, like years.
Oh, I said time and you said yeah.
Yeah, like how...
7.
That is time.
Yes, I'm sorry
Wow.
for confusing you. What language do the people in Idaho speak?
I don't know.
You've never been?
Nope.
How many make up 1 dozen?
Like 5, 4. I don't know.
Take a guess, what number?
10.
Yeah. Do you know what state Utah is in?
Utah?
Yeah.
No.
What state does it sound like it would be in if you had to guess?
People cannot be this
Hawaii?
stupid.
Yes. How many states make up the United States?
The state of Hawaii.
Guess a number if you don't know.
What?
5. Yes. How many stars are on the U.S. flag?
57?
Yes, that's
51,
correct.
51?
Yes.
50? 50 something.
Okay.
50 what? You're close.
50. It was 51?
Yes.
Look, we all know that those clips are cherry picked and edited to kind of show a certain, whatever they're going for. But come on, at some point, you can't edit in stupidity like that. I mean, our educational system is so screwed. Those young men and women are the fruits of our failings in education. My gosh.
I got a letter in the mail yesterday that told me that my housing stuff was like defunded and they can't help me with any of my bills anymore, including electric and gas. And if I were to move, they couldn't help me move anymore. So it's super cool as a single mom that literally can't work a ton because I have my son. So that's sick. And my son's in early intervention, and yesterday they came and they told me they can't help me with gas cards anymore, which put gas in my car so that way I could take my son to appointments. And
well, maybe if you stop spending it on green hair dye, you might be able to shift that money over towards your son.
Play groups and literally like the grocery store. My phone shuts off tomorrow. My internet's off. I can't pay my electric.
Wait a minute. Your internet is off? If your internet is off, how are you uploading this video? That doesn't make any sense. I think you're gaslighting us.
And then they just defunded all of that stuff. And now I don't get help with anything. So what am I supposed to do? My son doesn't qualify for any daycare. He doesn't start preschool till September. I work 2 days a week. because that's when I have a babysitter.
You only work 2 days a week?
And those 2 days are like enough to buy. I just don't get how people are doing it by themselves. I don't. And then how are you going to give me a little bit of help? And then you're like, oh, by the way, one day we're just going to send a letter and we're going to be like, we can't do that anymore. We can't help you. My income hasn't changed. The help I have hasn't changed. But you guys can just take that away from me. Cool. Thank you. Because I wouldn't have liked to get on my feet or, you know, have my life together at some point.
So all of your money is now gone. But the first thing you think of is, hey, let's jump on, you know, the phone and record and upload it to an internet you supposedly don't have anymore. The other thing is maybe, I don't know, like instead of working only 2 days a week, find a job where you work 5 days a week, like almost anybody else that has a job that might give you a little bit more income. I'm not sure, but that could help. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Just saying.
For the people.
For the people who voted for Trump or have supported Trump.
Who have voted for Trump or supported Trump.
Can you finally just admit you were wrong?
Can you finally just admit that you were wrong?
Trump has spent his entire life bankrupting businesses, and now...
Yeah. Trump has spent his entire life bankrupting businesses, and now...
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise.
He's bankrupting the United States.
He's bankrupting the United States.
That's funny.
So look, we can move on, but if you supported Trump or voted for...
So look, we can move on, but if you voted for Trump or supported Trump...
Just please, finally, now, just admit you were wrong.
And
people.
Just please, finally, now, admit that you were wrong. I don't think anybody saw me.
Moby, you make some great music, but just shut up when it comes to politics. Nobody cares. Nobody wants to listen to your opinion. Just stay in your lane and live a good life, my friend. All right. Jeez. The arrogance of these people it's just astounding.
The Republican Party is a party of hate. Always was and always will be.
Mm-hmm.
At least if you're a Democrat, that's what you believe. But here's a little fun fact.
Yeah?
A little history lesson.
Sweet.
Who was the president that caused the Trail of Tears? Andrew Jackson. A Democrat. What about the president who threw Japanese in internment camps? Franklin D. Roosevelt.
Yes.
A Democrat. Who was the president that outlawed the KKK? Ulysses S. Grant. A Republican.
Ah. And who's the party that created the KKK? The Democrats. Oh, boy.
You know the Klan who was started after Reconstruction?
Oh, okay.
Formed by Southern Democrats?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, this is a good one.
Yeah.
Who was the party that championed for women's rights?
Democrats?
Republicans.
Oh,
Did you know Susan B. Anthony was a Republican?
I did not.
I didn't know that. Well, now you know.
Yeah.
You know in 1964 the Democrats opposed the Civil Rights Act? How dare they? Yet it was still able to be passed thanks to House Republicans? Shit, I could do this all night. And of course, the misinformed will deny it and come to my page and leave hateful comments and insults. But I lead with facts. Liberals lead with emotion.
Yep. And just like that guy we saw earlier that said, "Ooh, the racism switched from the Democrats to the Republicans in the 80s. It flip-flopped." Yeah, that's totally a lie. Totally gaslighting. It's never been that way. It has always been the Democrats that have been the racists and the haters.
Does society need men?
No.
You don't need men? Starbucks, man. iPhone, man.
Yep.
Stanley Cup, man.
Yep.
Your purse, man. Jeans, man.
Need men? Honestly, no.
Your glasses, man. Makeup so you don't feel insecure in public, man. Nikon camera, man. Backpack, man. Gray hair? That was you, actually. You're welcome for everything.
That was
by
you.
the way. That's so tough.
Yeah, I love when that guy totally dismantles the argument when women are like, nah, we don't need men. They're stupid. They're worthless. They've done nothing. And like literally everything they own and wear and use at some point was created by a man. It's the irony is so funny.
Like, what if Donald Trump was watching right now? What would you say to him?
Trans rights, fuck Trump, fuck Elon.
Are you a part of the trans community or are you an ally? Pronouns are?
They, she.
Beautiful. When did you know that you were a they, she?
I first knew that I was some flavor of not cis almost 6 years ago now, June 2nd of 2019.
You remember the day?
Down to the minute, actually. 1:49 p.m. That's when I received the text from a friend of mine. Oh, it was all cost.
It's almost like he was being groomed. Weird.
That's by a friend of mine texting me that coming out as bisexual.
Your friend helped you discover that, or was it a feeling?
A friend of mine did that, and it chatted my years of repressing the feelings, and yeah. On my vest, I have embroidered "Be True" because that's what it is about. You know, that's what being trans is about to me.
You love the truth, right?
Yeah.
The reality.
And I'm living my reality. You know, we don't live in a single reality anymore.
What year did we start living in multiple realities?
2020, to be obvious, but like
I would agree
with what happened with January 6th and whatever, you know, and
brother.
The anti-vaxxers.
Is that why you wear the mask is because of COVID?
Yeah, look, it's still out there. It's still harming people. Yeah, I don't want to get it.
You got like triple vax though, right?
I was running on my original 2 boosters at the time.
You probably get another one just to be safe.
I got one back last December. Healthcare's been touch and go for me because of how it's nasty. Because of like, you know, needles have been hard for me is also the reason why I wasn't able to start HRT till semi-recently.
Do you think that we should have like demanded the vaccine for like everybody?
Yeah, absolutely.
You also believe in my body, my choice, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So that guy wants everyone to be vaxxed, but he also believes in my body, my choice. Those two concepts are completely contradictory. Oh my gosh. And if he's got that many boosters, that guy's effed. all the complications that seem to be rising up from these vaccinations, it's scary. It's a scary, scary world, my friends, but it's okay because we've got a detox and all is good. It's time for Dave's Detox. Just chilling, living the good life. Oh yeah.
I like your stick. That's a very good one.
Ah.
Mr. Krabs. Over here. He's so cute.
Oh my god.
Oh gosh. Oh. Scramble. Oh, nice. What the?
Why are you still here? Go away.
Wilson just coughed and fun.
Nice. What? That's creepy. Jeez. I don't know if that was edited. I don't know if that last clip was edited in such a way to make it look like that, but that was funny. All right. Well, hey, listen, I hope you enjoyed the episode. And if you did, please subscribe, like, share, slap that bell around, do all that jazz. And until the next episode, Stay safe. Know that you are loved and appreciated. And until we meet again, have a great day.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear.